With inflation at all-time highs, you'd think that the priority of the Biden administration would be to stop reckless spending. Instead, Joe Biden recently announced a plan to forgive $10,000 worth of student debt, a plan that could cost $1 trillion. Joining us now to react, a member of the House Freedom Caucus, Tiffany from the great state of Wisconsin. Congressman, I'm from Iowa. That's where I was raised. I went to University of Iowa. Some real Midwestern love here. I worked my butt off waiting tables, going to an in-state school, in-state tuition to make sure that I could pay for my college and pay off my college while I was going to college. Why does this concept seem to be lost on members of Congress or the Democrat Party or the people in charge in this country?
Well, is it a vote buying scheme? I think is the number one question, and I suspect the answer is probably yes. The Biden administration is Democrats generally are having a heck of a time getting people motivated in their base to be able to vote, and this is one of the ways in which they can do it. And, they talk about being a debt forgiveness program. It's not a debt forgiveness program. It's dumping debt off on other people. It's no different, Benny, than if I went over to my neighbor and said, hey, you know what? I want you to help pay for my college student loan. Or I could have sent one of my kids over there and said, hey, neighbor, would you pay for some of my college student loans or pay for college? And it's no different than that. And people see through it. They know the scam that it is.
Yeah, it does come off as a scam. Not even the illustrious Nancy Pelosi, who took a break from insider trading to talk about how Joe Biden actually doesn't have the power to do this. We have that clip.
People think that the President of the United States has the power for debt forgiveness. He does not. He can postpone, he can delay, but he does not have that power. That has to be an act of Congress.
So are Democrats going to revolt over this in Congress? I mean, there's the leader of the Democrats in Congress saying Joe Biden is doing something illegal.
Well, I'm so glad that Speaker Pelosi agrees with us that you can't do this. By the way, the only thing that would overshadow this story right now is Speaker Pelosi naming herself the ambassador to the Vatican. I don't know if the Pope has gotten the word. But it's $1 trillion. It adds to the moral hazard. I mean, think about it. If you go back and study the data, since the 1990s, there's really not more teaching positions at our colleges. It's more administrative positions. And it's because of all the money that's being dumped into our universities across America. This is going to do even more of it. It is moral hazard at its worst.
What does this say to a young person? I mean, shouldn't we be attempting to try and teach responsibility to the next generation of Americans, that if you want to work hard and if you want to get something nice in life, then you have to pay it off like your mortgage or anything else? I mean, it does seem to be a deeply perverse lesson, I think, on a macro level.
Yeah, it really should be a great teaching moment. In all seriousness, it should be a great teaching moment in America. And by the way, Benny, it's pay me now or pay me later. I mean, you can have your loans forgiven. As you talked about at the start of this segment, you said this is going to add to inflation. It could be another $1 trillion worth of spending. And that's just going to add to inflation. You're going to pay for that one way or another. You're going to pay for your student loan now, or the inflation is going to hit you later on. And I think that is the great teaching moment for everyone in America, especially young people that are in college or have debt having gone to college.